In the last bit, I've talked about the defense mechanism. So just after this setback, whenever we experience any setback, there is a responsiveness which my body and my brain creates. This responsiveness of my brain and my body is my favorite style of receiving the same energy what I used to receive before the setback. Let me reiterate. सेटबैक के पहले जिस एनर्जी में मैं थी उसी एनर्जी को गेन करने के लिए मेरे बॉडी और मेरे ब्रेन ने एक ऐसा मैकेनिज्म तैयार किया है जिससे इफ आई डू द सेम द इफ आई indulge in other activity, chances are more that I will gain the same amount of energy which I used to receive before the setback. So this is called defense mechanism. To give you an example, let's say fighting to somebody gives me a setback. Before fighting, I'm in some momentum of my energy, my thought process, my emotional state. Just after the fight, I have multiple areas, I have multiple responsiveness. So I might respond as I might start crying, or I might start yelling back again, or I might just go to a lone place and start reflecting. So these could be 3 or 4 ways of how do I cope up to this setback. This defense mechanism gives me, when I go to cry, when I yell back again, or when I go to a lone room, these 3 options gives me the energy which is almost equal to the energy which is before the setback. When these two energy gets equalized, I feel that I have been relieved. So the point of receiving a setback in the form of COVID and preparing ourselves for the better comeback, how defense mechanism is going to help us. In order to understand that, we first need to understand what is my own defense mechanism. So the defense mechanism of majority of us is to blame the situation. And when we blame the situation, there is nothing in our control. So therefore, we wait for the best time to come so that we can venture into the job market again. The other defense mechanism could be to start having emotional traumas and ups and downs, asymptomatic situations. For that, what are the comeback situation? We'll talk about that in our next video. So therefore, what I'm trying to say here is there are multiple defense mechanisms which we all thrive into. The second, what I wanted to talk about is the quotient of preparedness. And here I'm going to talk about my own story. In the year 2012, when I rejoined the job market, the corporate job market after my maternity, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared by my hard skills, by my soft skill, and I joined an MNC. I definitely not expected this as a result, but yes, I was fired. I was asked to leave because I had an attitude. The problem was not with my soft skill, with my hard skill. The problem was with my soft skill part. And I realized that the preparedness which is required to regain the momentum after a gap, even on the soft skill part, I was not really matching the status quo. This setback I received in the year 2012. 2015, I again received a setback, but not with me, with one of my family members. And this was a financial setback. I realized that if I worked on my preparedness quotient and also worked on my defense mechanism, chances are more that the next setback which I receive, possibly I'll be better equipped to receive the setback and create this into an opportunity to prepare myself for a better comeback. Now let's talk about how to prepare ourselves for a greater comeback.